You know that feeling, right? You say something in Mandarin you think is absolutely perfect, but you just get a blank stare. It's so frustrating. And you know what? It's usually got nothing to do with your vocabulary or grammar. It all comes down to these tiny, almost invisible differences in sound. So today, we're going to dive into those differences and show you how mastering them can completely transform your pronunciation.
So if it's not about cramming more and more words into your brain, what is it? We always think fluency comes from having a huge vocabulary. But honestly, the real secret to being understood, to sounding clear and confident, is something way more fundamental. It's all about nailing the subtle but absolutely crucial differences in sound. And that brings us to the star of today's show, minimal pairs. These are words that are practically identical, except for one single sound. Take ba and pa. The difference is tiny, right? But it completely changes the meaning of the word. Mastering these pairs isn't just some boring grammar exercise. It's a physical workout for your mouth. It really is the secret to unlocking clear, accurate pronunciation. So, you ready for your first workout set?
All right, time to hit the gym. We're going to treat this like a workout for your mouth, starting with the big muscles, your consonants. Think of this as our warm-up, designed to tackle some of the trickiest sounds in Mandarin right out of the gate. Okay, our first drill is a classic. It's probably one of the biggest stumbling blocks for learners, the difference between the b and p sounds. Now, in English, we think of the difference as voicing, whether your vocal cords vibrate. In Mandarin, forget that. The key distinction is something else entirely, a little puff of air. And here it is. The secret sauce is aspiration. It's just a fancy word for that puff of air. Let's try it. For the B sound in ba, there's no puff. Hold your hand right in front of your mouth and say it, ba. You should feel pretty much nothing. Now for the other one. For the P sound in ba, you release a sharp puff of air. Hand up again and try it. Pa. Feel that? That little puff of air is everything.
Awesome. Now that you've got that puff of air down, let's level up. We're moving on to something that's all about tongue position, the retroflex sounds. The name sounds kind of complicated, but it just means you need to curl the tip of your tongue up and back a little bit, towards the roof of your mouth.
This chart shows the subtle shifts perfectly. Let's break them down. First, j. Your tongue is curled back and there's no puff of air. J. Now look at ch. Keep your tongue in that exact same spot, but now add that puff of air we practiced. Sh. And finally, sh. The tongue stays curled back, but this time you just let the air flow smoothly over it. Sh. Let's do all three in a row. J, ch, sh. Nice. Excellent. Okay, for our final consonant drill, we're going to tackle the palatals. For these sounds, the middle of your tongue is going to press up against the hard part of the roof of your mouth, your hard palate. And guess what? Aspiration is the name of the game here too. The J sound in G is unaspirated, no puff. G. The Q in key is the aspirated version. Go on, feel that sharp puff of air. Key. And then there's the X in C, which is a fricative. You're creating a little hissing sound as air flows through a narrow channel. C. So yeah, the difference between asking for chicken, G, and talking about air, key, is just that one little puff. You're doing great. Awesome work on the consonants. Now let's move to our second circuit, the tricky vowel workout. These sounds are just as important for being understood, so let's get them nice and refined. Our first vowel pair is a classic challenge. I think this one trips up pretty much every non-native speaker. The difference between the I sound and the U sound. It's all about the shape of your lips. Let's break it down. For the I sound, like in me, your lips are spread wide, like you're smiling. Go on, say me. Now for the U sound in mu, keep your tongue in the exact same position, but round your lips like you're about to whistle. Mu. Try going back and forth, from a smile to a whistle shape. Mi. Mu. That simple change is the difference between saying rice and mother. It's a big deal. We are in the home stretch of our workout now. Our last vowel drill is focused on two sounds that seem simple, but they totally depend on how open your mouth is. So this is all about mouth shape. For the ah sound in ba, which we know can mean dad, your mouth is open, wide, and relaxed. Ba. Now for the o sound in bo, meaning wave, your lips need to be rounded and pushed forward just a little. Bo. It's the difference between a wide ah and a round o. Try it. Ba, bo. Okay, you've done the drills, you understand the theory.
Now it's time to put it all together and really build that muscle memory. This is your practice circuit, and it's designed to make these sounds totally second nature.
So how do you actually do this? First, grab a friend or a language partner. Test each other. Say a word and have them tell you which one you actually said. Second, make it a game. You can try a mouth movement challenge and compete to see who can pronounce the pairs correctly. And finally, my personal favorite, tongue twisters. They are so much fun, and they're an incredibly effective way to build up your speed and precision.
Speaking of which, here's a fantastic one to start with that uses the exact sounds we practiced today. Let's try it slowly. Ba, bo, be, ba, be. Okay, a little faster now. Ba, bo, be, ba, be. It's a killer workout for telling the difference between that unaspired B, the rounded O, and the aspirated P.
Look, mastering these minimal pairs is definitely a journey, but I promise you, it's the most direct path to speaking clear, confident Mandarin. So the only question left is, what are you going to practice today? Which sounds are you going to drill? And which tongue twister are you going to conquer first?